Hey everybody, it's Chad with Winning Tennis here, and today I want to make a video on the common threads of the backhand volley with none other than Bob Bryan, one of the most successful doubles teams in the history of the game, Mike and Bob Bryan. Okay, so here Bob is set up. He's a lefty with his dominant hand at the bottom of the racket. That's how we know he's lefty. And he is set up in the classic ready position at the net with his non-dominant hand on the throat. His racket is right about waist level, and as we can see with his feet, they are in a position a little wider than shoulder width. Okay, so here he takes a hop. Now that little hop really helps with the volley because it helps get the timing. So if you're very flat-footed and you're standing there waiting for the volley, you might want to try that little hop. Now, with the backhand volley, it's a little different than the forehand volley in that you need more of a shoulder turn. If you notice here, he takes that little hop. Now, what he does is, let's just try to bring that back a little bit. Notice how he makes the hop and now he pivots. So he's actually turning his feet here out. And if you look at his left foot, his heel is off the ground, meaning his weight is now onto that right foot. And as we can see, he's turned his torso so that it's almost facing the side here. So if your backhand volleys are not powerful, you feel you're not getting a lot of power in them, typically it's because you need to turn your shoulders. All right, so let's just take a look at that again. And we can see here that his shoulders are facing almost towards the camera. And he takes that little hop, puts his weight onto that right foot, and now look at his shoulders. Look at how they're turned to the side here. Now that's the way to get power on your backhand volley. And also see something, his arm is fairly straight. He's got a little bit of bend in the elbow. And I should mention that he has the continental grip, which is the chopper grip. And that's very important to have when you volley. Now, I see a lot of people that bend their arm when they hit their volley. Now, when you bend your arm and you hit your volley, you're not going to have as good a volley. Again, turns. Now, notice that he held the racket in his non-dominant hand up until the point where he releases. And if we see this, the butt cap of the racket is actually facing the net just about. So that's another common thread of the backhand volley, that the head is going to be above the hand and the butt cap of the racket is going to be facing just about the net. Okay, so he makes contact, and as typical on a volley that's above the net, you're going to swing down on it, okay? Or swing is maybe not the word, but you're going to hit the volley down. So it starts up and we go down on it. And also notice that he goes across his body. Look at where the racket ends up. It started up here and it ended up over here. Now check out this 90-degree angle he has on the racket. Let's see if he has that same 90-degree angle. Okay, here we see just about a 90-degree angle with the arm and the racket. And there it is again, coming up to contact, that 90-degree angle. And he really holds that 90-degree angle all the way through until the end. That's another key feature of the backhand volley, or a common thread, is that 90 degrees. That 90 degrees, and I see a lot of players that don't have that 90-degree angle, or they lose it, they just never have it in the first place. And that 90-degree angle is such a common theme in tennis, especially in the forehand and the backhand volley. Let's see this again. So he's going to take that split step, he's going to pivot, turn. Guys, turn your shoulders on the backhand volley. Keep that racket head up. Notice the face is open. He's holding the racket in the throat with his non-dominant hand. Right? So his racket is never really going back past his shoulder. It probably goes back to his rear shoulder. And notice when he's making contact, the head is probably, I would say, at an angle of about 30 degrees. So you want that head to be above the hand when you make contact. If it drops below the hand, you're in trouble. It's really got to always remain up. And even if the ball was low, he would just bend down, but the racket head would still be above the hand. Notice how he makes contact. The ball is just almost right in the middle of the racket, and he's looking right at the ball. And again, that racket coming across the body is a common theme that I see in almost all great backhand volleyers. Straight across right here. You can do it low as well, and you see that on the slice as well. The backhand volley is really very similar to a slice. Now here we're going to see another backhand volley. It's the same thing. He's in that 90 degree. He's got his non-dominant hand here, and this is a lower shot. And let's see, okay, but he still brings the racket across. Let's see that again. Okay, so the racket is a little bit lower, still slightly above the hand, and he's going to just make contact and move his arm across. It's really more of a very subtle thing, the volley. A lot of people misconstrue it. They think it's a swing. It's not a swing. It can just be a block. And again, another low shot. So the racket is going to go a little bit lower, and he's going to, there was even much lower. Now, this is common on a low backhand volley, is for the racket head to go below the hand. Let's see that again. Slow. Okay. So here it's above, and then we notice when he hits the ball, it's going to drop under, but he still keeps that 90 degree angle, and we can see it right there. That's really the big takeaway from this video, is you want to keep that 90 degree angle as long as possible. He still turns his shoulders. He still has the head above the hands before contact, and he moves the racket across. And that's it. It doesn't really take much, and he gets right back to the ready position. And I tell my students all the time, right back to the ready position after you hit your volley. And that's why these guys are the best doubles team of all time. The fundamentals, people, the fundamentals. Oh, I don't know what that was. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot more great videos, and I'm going to make one on the forehand volley next. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.